Hey, what's up? It's Sugar from Sound Candy Studio. Today I'm going to talk about how to sell your music online. Let's jump straight into this one. Right, so this is, as I said at the beginning, these are digital distribution, music distribution websites that we're going to look at today. Now, if you don't know what they are, it's once you've made your music, you've mixed and you mastered it, and you've got it ready for distribution to be sold and streamed on the internet. It's one of these sites that you're going to have to go to. Now, straight off the bat, these are not record labels. So, and also none of these sites own your music. So all of the music still belongs to you. You're not giving away any copyright. You are simply giving it to them to distribute and stream on the internet. For the most part, you will retain all of the monies that come, all the royalties that come from it, you will retain. Unless, of course, you go for one of the free services and they may decide to take a percentage, 10 or 15% of the royalties that come in from it, because there are some free services which we'll look at as well. So let's take a look at them. They are in no particular order. I use CD Baby and I use DistroKid, and I will tell you why I use those two as we go along. And I'll tell you some of the pitfalls of using some services versus other services. I in no way have subscribed to all of these digital distributors, absolutely not. I've probably subscribed to 3 at best, but there are lots of them and there are new ones coming on the market, so it's worthwhile going through this list and seeing what we have. So we're going to start on Ditto. I'm not going to go through all the services and the pricing. What I'm going to do is we'll look at the website and see if it looks obvious to us. So straight away we can see here it says release unlimited amount of tunes and it's $19. That's pretty good. What else did it say? If you want all your music assets at the same time, it's got some tools. It's got a web app which it looks like it has here. The ones that I'm using, as far as I understand, they don't, or if they do, I've never looked at them. So let's scroll down, have a look here, and obviously it goes through the normal platforms. I'm not sure why these links are broken, but never mind. So essentially what you're getting with Ditto is 100% of the music is yours. There are no hidden costs, and get playlisted and get paid. And there is a nice little Ditty video on there to show you how the services work. And they have some endorsements by or loved by New York Times, BBC Times, Wired magazines, and Forbes. Let's move on to the next one because we have a few to get through. Tunecore I've used before. They're quite a good service. Now, when I say this is a good service or this isn't a good service, I'm only going to say that if I've used them. Now, I've used them and they're quite good. I cannot say it for all of them because I haven't used them all. That doesn't mean they're bad, it just means I haven't used them. Okay, so on the very first page, sell your music worldwide, blah, blah, blah. We'll scroll down, so obviously you can get it onto Spotify, Amazon, Google Play, YouTube, and plus many, many more. Most of these websites will boast way more than they list here, and sometimes it could be over 100. So there are lots of platforms in which you can choose to share your music. Now, certainly on some of the ones that I use, you can tick where you want it to go. So if you simply wanted it on, say, Spotify or Apple Music or the Google Play Store, if you simply wanted it on those, you can actually choose to just restrict it down to just those main websites. I tend to go for the full breadth. So I figured if you're going to sell it, you're going to sell it, so why not go all out? If someone thinks that that's not a good idea and they can tell me why, then please do leave that comment here. And then it says why choose Tunecore, blah blah blah. It looks as if they have an app, which is pretty good. I always quite like that. If you're selling lots of music, you want to see how it's going, and I'm sure you'll get daily alerts. So that's that one. Let's move on. This one I've added because they do music distribution and they do marketing, business intelligence, rights management, and they also have a video network. And there is a nice button to join here right up front. Do they tell us how much money it costs on the very first page? Nope. And we probably need to log in to find that. And I prefer when it just tells you right off the bat, this is how much it costs and these are the platform models that we're working with, but that one doesn't. CD Baby, this is one that I use and I've used for some time now. I like them. Having said that, now I wanted to say this here. Sometimes what I found with CD Baby and not with DistroKid, the one I'm going to show you in a few tabs time, if you're doing R&B, not R&B, if you're doing dance music and you're using vocal samples, what I have found with DistroKid is sometimes those vocal samples are flagged and it will not let you upload it because it believes that you're infringing someone else's copyright. Now, when that happens to me, I generally will go to CD Baby, do exactly the same upload, However, the CD Baby thing, I'm doing almost as a pay-as-you-go. So when I release a track on CD Baby, I pay for that track to be released, and it's generally singles, and I pay for it to be released. Whereas I pay a yearly subscription on distrokid, and I can upload as many as I want. But sometimes on distrokid, some of my tracks get flagged, and then when they do get flagged, because I've bought a CD online and I've used the vocal link, which I'm perfectly entitled to do, it stops them. But certainly on CD Baby, that does not happen. Now, it may not happen on others, and there may be a simple solution as to why, but I don't have the time to figure out, and I'll just release it on CD Baby. And they also do CDs, and many of these sites also include things like pressing vinyl and actually pressing CDs and booklets for them. So that's pretty good. So that's CD Baby. Let's see, did they say straight up front all the pricing's there? Okay, so standard pricing is $49 and the pro pricing is $89, and I do like the way that you can just do your singles for $9.99, and I like the way that this is quite obvious. I don't like the websites where the pricing is all hidden. So straight on the Landr website, we can see the pricing is here. Let's just click on that and see what we have. So we have a basic package there. Quick and dirty compressed, and it is £4 a month, and then you have the advanced at $9 and then the pro at $25. So again, MP3s unlimited $4.99, WAV files $8.99. Actually, there's a big discrepancy there between $4.99 and $8.99, and HD WAV files is $17.99. I have not used Landr, but I heard that people do like it a lot, so if you're interested in that, certainly go and take a look at that. Next up is Rutenote, music distribution simplified. Start selling your music and just join. So there's a button there to join the normal culprits here in terms of distribution platforms, and you can take a look at the list, and then there's some more spiel, and then some of the artists. So what they boast is create your music, do you think upload your music, distribute music, and receive your earnings, and then you have your plans. Now this one, I know they have a free plan, but the free plans means you only get 85% of the revenue that they collect, obviously because they need to make some money somehow. So no hidden costs, simple to use upload, flexible, and you have support. And I've noticed that a number of these digital distributors actually have telephone support, which I find is really very handy if you get stuck in terms of uploading something that doesn't want to upload because you've not used 44.1 and 16-bit and a image size of this, that and the other. So if you're new to it, sometimes you may get stuck. Next up is Freshtunes. Let's have a look at their website. By the way, I'm going to leave all the information about all of these sites in the description, and some more stuff there for you to take a look at. So upload your music for free, keep 100% of your income and your royalties, and they have a 24-hour moderation, and then some feedback from their users and some spiel on where it's and the platforms that they're going to be using. So that's that, and a nice helpful video. Next up is AWAL. Interesting front page here. Global team, major resources, no compromises. Is there a cost button? Nope. Yep. Not used this. If someone has used it and they like it, please tell me a little bit more about it. But in terms of what I see straight off the front on the, I guess it's a UI thing, it's not impressing me. This is the one that I do use, and again, when I say it's not impressing me, this one doesn't impress me either, but it does tell you you only pay $19.99 for unlimited uploads, and it's quite basic. There's an email box to sign up. I think they're keeping it basic. But in terms of the visual looks of this website, it's not good. However, it's really easy to upload something, and I probably will do a video walkthrough on this if you haven't already seen one before, but I do like them. And when I say I do like them, I'm only saying that about the sites I actually use, because I can't say it about the sites that I haven't used. Horus Music, treat your music right. Straight at the bottom here, you can see where they have a list of the distribution sites where your music goes to, and I'm sure there's a lot more than that. Is there a price straight at the front? No price there. But there's some spiel about what they do and how they do it, and at the bottom there is some additional information there. And oh yeah, look, here we are. Artists, unlimited releases, pre-order setup, barcodes, and the ISRC. I'm going to talk about that a little later on. If you don't know what it is, stay tuned for that. But many of these websites already add that to it. So the ISRC and the UPC, that will be required if you want to have your music, say on Billboard or something. You will need to have that there, or if you want barcodes. So if you're printing CDs or actual vinyl, that is going to be necessary to have. This one also boasts that they distribute to China and Asia, and also they distribute to dance stores, and you have the normal YouTube monetization, which is quite good. And they have the split between the artist and label. Moving on, we have Octiive, and let's have a look at that. A nice interface there, the normal stalls that you can see for distribution. And they have the price here, $27.99 for unlimited uploads, 1 annual payment, keep 100% of your royalties, upload as much music as you want, or you can go pay as you go, and that's $7.99. That's $7.99, and it seems to have a desktop app and a desktop and mobile app, and so this site looks pretty good. I haven't used them, but if someone has used them, please tell me what they're like. Next up, we have Reverbnation. Haven't used these, but this one, straight away you're greeted with join as an artist or join as a fan, which is quite interesting. We'll see how that works. Scrolling down, a bit about the why they are different. 100+ industry opportunities, blah blah blah. So this is more for bands, I'd say. This is more for if you have a band, and there are some featured bands on here. So if that's something you're interested in, please take a look at that. This one, STEM. It's a Flash website or HTML5 website, and I don't like the website. I'm guessing they're okay. I have seen some comments about them. So if you've used it, let me know what that's like. Distribute your music. Automate your splits, so if you're in a band and someone's 80% and 20%, you can do it on this. You can do it on most of them, I believe, but it's also boasts that you can do it there. And own your own business and get paid monthly. And then there are some featured artists. Moving on, we have music. We have this next one, and worldwide music distribution. Most of them do that. What else have we got? Unlimited releases, get paid monthly, no hidden costs, bonus features. I'm guessing the bonus features are going to be charged differently from the standard features, and that's all there is there. Once again, if you've used that, let me know how that is. Also, soundrop, free music distribution, simple covers of song and licensing, power up your music, normal distribution through Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, normal stuff there. One song can move the world. What else have they got here? Cover song licensing, collaborate splits, metadata, and video game covers. Reach beyond YouTube, and that is that one. And the final one I thought I would add to this is Label Engine. I think they're kind of new, but this is a one-pager. In the first page, you can sell your music, promote your music, accounting solutions, demo management, publishing services, and connect to your YouTube admin, which is quite handy. If anyone's used Label Engine, they can tell me what they do also. Now, I did mention that there is a website that also has a really nice list on the website. I'm going to have to find this list now. Let me just find the list, and then I'm going to pop the list. In fact, let me just pop the list in here now, and we'll see what that looks like. So there is a list here, and it is this list. Now, this list actually goes through the entire sets of companies I've just looked at, or many of them, and I will leave the link to all of these, so you don't actually have to worry about looking at it now, because I will leave a link in the description to where you can find all of this information and where you can go and find that website, so you don't have to write anything down. Next up, what I'm going to do is a very quick overview of a few beat making websites. So if you're making beats, stay tuned, and I'm going to do that video next. I'll do it now, in fact. Okay, so if you've just got beats that you want to sell or license on the internet, there are a couple of sites that you can go to. This one here is Beatstars. Let's have a look at it. I haven't used them, but apparently you can sell your music online, and this site is relatively popular. So it says monetize your music in SoundCloud and Audio Mac. So that's quite useful. Selling Get Started. The site looks quite good. It looks quite comprehensive, easy to use. So that is Beatstar. Next up we have Airbit. I have heard of this, and I do know someone who sells on this, and they quite like it. So this is quite a. This is probably of the ones that I've seen before. This is probably the one that I know the most. So this is Airbit. So you can certainly go in there and sell your music. Next one up we have this one here, which is rocbattle. Never heard of them, don't know what it is, but I know that they sell beats there. This is where you can sign up and sell your beats. So if you've heard of it and you use it, let me know what you think of that. And finally we have beatbrokerz. Never heard of these. Someone sent me this link as well. Apparently you can sell your beats here too. So these are the sites that I would recommend that if you were going to sell some beats, this is probably where you would want to go. So when I say sell, I kind of mean license, because you're never really selling it, you're simply just licensing it to someone to use. I'm guessing there's a whole bunch of terms and conditions that you'll need to fill in, but bearing in mind, like all the other sites that we featured earlier, these guys do not own the copyright to your song. They are not record labels in themselves, so you will still retain all of the rights you had before. These are not labels, and you will retain the rights to your music. And finally we're going to go to this one here. And again, you can sell your beats, selling it your way, blah blah blah. It says where you can sell it, so you have YouTube and Stripe and blah blah blah. You can sell it there. There's not much to this website either, but if you use this site, then certainly let me know how it goes from here. But as I said, full disclosure, the only one I really know was Airbit, and someone that I know closely uses it and they like it a lot. Finally, I mentioned earlier on about the ISRC codes or the UPC codes. Now, if you are using a digital distributor and they don't have the codes, this is where you can go to get your codes. Having said that, this particular service is only available in the US and also in Canada. I will leave the link to SoundScan, so it's Nielsen SoundScan. It's widely used across the world, so if you do want to get your stuff out there and you want to get it into Billboard, you will need to have those codes. So I will leave a full link in description below for these services, and that is it. Right, so if I've missed anything out, or if I've not gone through this thoroughly enough, there are, as I said, loads and loads of websites out there that do just this. So you will need to go through, but as I said before, there is a link that I will leave in the description of the guy that has done a thorough investigation through all of these and have gone through all of the websites I featured before. So certainly take a look at that. Go to the link, look at the PDF, pull up the PDF so you can see which one works for you. However, I tend to use these things as personal preference. If I like the interface, it looks easy to use, I actually get paid, that's probably the one that I'm going to go for. But if you're using things like video and if you want to specialize in a particular area, that will be why you make your choices. That's it for me today. I will see you again this week. Take care for now, and bye bye.